Alright, here we go. Unit 6, Westward Expansion. Videos are going to start getting shorter. A lot of this stuff you guys talked about in Texas history, so here we go. That's where it goes. Westward Expansion, Unit 6. So it took about a little over 300-ish years for America to settle from one coast, the Atlantic coast, all the way to the Pacific Ocean, and to actually acquire that territory. Sometimes by force, sometimes by treaties, sometimes just by going and planting a flag. Here we go. So Americans, they want to naturally settle and move westward, and we get this thing called manifest destiny, which I'll show you a picture of here in a second. But they believe it's their God-given right, a divine right to settle all the lands in between the two oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific. So and they do this by conquest in some cases, and this here depicts the Mexican-American War, or the U.S.-Mexican War, as some people call it, where America came in and annexed Texas after Texas won its independence, and then that sparks a war with Mexico because of border disputes, and eventually America defeats Mexico, and Mexico has to give up a bunch of land, which we call the Mexican Cession. Right over here, it's all of California, Nevada, Utah, some of New Mexico, and we got Colorado, and then Arizona right here, and they give all that land up. Again, that's just by force, and that's an example, but it starts with the original colonies, and then after the French and Indian War, this becomes British territory, and 1783 with the Treaty of Paris after the American Revolution, all of this becomes America. Louisiana Purchase doubles the size. We get Florida from Spain because they really can't hold it anymore, and they're ready to give it up, and so they give it up. Texas annexation, we get the Oregon country, which is split between Britain and America, and then the Mexican Cession, and finally this Gadsden Purchase down here, which was used to help build the railroad. All right, so Mexican-American War, again, America eventually wins with the U.S.-Mexican War, and they give up that whole big area, which completes that manifest destiny. And shortly thereafter, gold is discovered in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains, which are right up in here. And we get the gold rush, the California gold rush, the 49ers, all that stuff. Levi Strauss jeans come around. Well, the company comes around at that time, and people start flocking to California, and it becomes very populated because you can, or so they say, you can go just pull gold right out of the rivers. Yeah, manifest destiny. So here we have the angel going westward, and we have the Native Americans being run off, the buffalo being run off and hunted. There were good things and bad things that happened during this time because, naturally, the movement of people and the settling is going to destroy the natural terrain. It's going to, the buffalo population will almost be decimated because of this westward migration. Native Americans are forced off of their lands. All these different things are happening.